Welcome to the summer edition of Sports Scene. I'm your host, Maddie Levis. Let's look back at some incredible athletes of the 2024 to 2025 season. First up, we'll dive into an inspiring comeback story, followed by the journey of a former jiu-jitsu athlete who's made a powerful transition into a dominant force on the wrestling mat.
Adversity doesn't define you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's just what you do with it that makes the whole difference. Cheerleading was the sport that I chose because my sister and my mother were both very involved initially, and then I chose to do it because they are two really big role models to me, and it's something that I've gotten decently good at.
S-S-E-S-C-O-R-E.
So how you feeling? He's feeling good, feeling strong. Recovery has been linear, but I feel confident in myself.
Awesome.
I got injured in late September of 2022, and I got injured when I was in a stunt. It was the end of practice, probably the last thing that we were doing, and I fell out of a stunt and just landed on a locked knee, and it just instantly happened.
Sophia suffered a serious knee injury, a partially torn meniscus, fully torn ACL, and bad bone bruising.
Unfortunately, we had to go through this with her older sister first, so we were prepared for it. So making her comfortable immediately after the surgery and making sure she was cared for was obviously her top priority, but in the back of your mind is ensuring that they stay engaged. You want to make sure that your child doesn't slip into a depression or lose their identity when it was so wrapped up in their sport.
Not returning to cheer definitely crossed my mind because I knew how physically challenging it was going to be cheering all those years and then have a season-ending injury. It was just gonna be tough to get back into, but in my heart, I knew I was going to the whole time. It's just not something that I was ready to give up with yet.
With a lot of hard work, Sophia pushed herself. After an 11-month recovery period, she's back even stronger.
Making her comeback has been very inspiring.
That was a nice basket.
And in my opinion, I think she's come back even stronger. She's come back an even better athlete, not only just physically, but also mentally.
Fight gold, fight white, fight tonight.
I think she's been an inspiration because no one really realizes how difficult it can be to get the sport taken away from you and how much work it has to be to get back to where you were originally. And I think it's given her a lot more motivation and determination in the sport today after everything that she went through.
Watch that Hereford team go, Hereford go. Throw your hands.
I realized how much I missed it really when I was gone, so I'm very thankful to be back on there with them.
Watching her perform again, you can really see what her comeback means to her, but also a reminder of how sweet a comeback can really be.
Rowdy, yell H, H-S.
Every athlete's journey begins somewhere. For Morgan Linton, it started with a passion for combat sports, one that led her to lacing up her wrestling shoes her sophomore year. Morgan entered high school with a background in jiu-jitsu, a discipline built on positioning and grappling. But wrestling, that was new.
When I started high school, my coach just messaged me and was kind of like, hey, would you like to try out for the wrestling team? And I was a little nervous at first just because there's not a lot of girls. But then ultimately that was kind of my inspiration to start wrestling is because I thought that girls needed to be more included into the sport.
What did Coach Sullivan think on day one?
Probably my first thought was, why didn't you come out your freshman year? That was probably my first thought.
Morgan placed 4th twice at states, is a county champion, and has won many wrestling tournaments. Her senior year, she has not only remained undefeated, but she's also dominated her 170-pound weight class.
From her sophomore year to now, and as she's approaching the end of her senior season, I think she's really grown a lot. I think she's on a very steady path.
Morgan's approach is all about timing, technique, and control. She's learned how to make the most of every situation, turning defense into offense with flawless transitions.
A lot of his experience. I mean, now she's just starting to get kind of the IQ of wrestling. That's one of the things that comes along with it. Especially if you don't wrestle growing up, you don't wrestle in junior league, you it takes much longer for you to start kind of like seeing things, seeing the math of it. You know what the person's going to do, and things start to click and start to make sense. And I think now her experience is starting to catch up, and she's coming up with her own game and the way she's going to approach the sport.
She's really like positive, I would say. Like I feel like her attitude towards the sport is what really like helps her like stay driven and stuff. Like she focuses like a lot on the wrestling, obviously, but like also like making it like a fun experience. I feel like that's what's really shaped her.
For this season, since it's my last, I definitely want to go out with the championship win. That's one of the things I've been working for all the years I've been wrestling. And definitely just leaving my mark in the wrestling room. Like I want all the girls to know who I am once I leave.
Morgan's journey is far from over. Her dedication and hard work has taken her farther than she could have imagined. And as she continues to dominate on the mat, there's no telling just how far she can go.
Now, let's shine the spotlight on 3 standout athletes who've made an impact both on and off the field in our Athlete Spotlight segment.
Maury Hills, senior lineman, Milford Mill Academy, class of 2025.
His 6'6", 315-pound frame dominates both sides of the line of scrimmage, and he is a 3-star prospect committed to the University of Maryland. Despite his success, he's had an interesting start to his athletic journey.
I started playing football when I was in 9th grade. I never played a sport before that. My brother brought me to a high school workout, and ever since then, putting in all the work, eventually I just fell in love with it because like I feel like it's very rewarding when you have to work hard for something.
You have a punch, yeah. Oh, okay.
He has been a major impact for the Millers as a humble and committed student athlete.
He's just different, and besides his girth and his height, of course, but just him as a person, first one on the field, gentle giant, doesn't say too much. And when I say different, I'm talking about different in a good way. He's quiet. I don't think I've ever seen him with headphones on, so I'm not sure if he's like listening to music. He's just different from the majority of the kids in a good way.
His good ways help the offense to go.
Having him on the line helps us get better because he's big, so people when they come in there, like they try to blitz, a lot of people are afraid of his size, so every time they try to blitz, people go in there scared or timid. So me running behind that, it just makes it easier for me and our offense in general.
I love playing offense because like ever since I started playing football, I was taught both sides, but O-line always felt like normal to me. It always felt good.
He's going to run, when you say run, he's going to run through somebody. He's going to finish the play. So we're talking about from the snap to the whistle. That's what I love about him, the way he finishes plays. So, man, he's got a bright future.
I feel like Coach Reggie White is a very good influence on me because he played the same positions I played, and him making it all the way to the NFL, it shows me that I could like also do the same exact thing one day. And it gives me an idea of where I can see myself one day in the future because he did it already.
Off the field, Amori is a 3.0 student athlete. He's on the wrestling team, and he's a great cook, which he learned from his Jamaican father at the young age of 8 years old. When he's not cooking or on the mat or on the field, you might find him playing his guitar, displaying yet another aspect of his creativity.
Him being that type of guy who he is and a leader in the classroom, not just on the field, but in the classroom as well, it's a mentor for us as the younger group grows up.
With his blend of talent, dedication, and humble spirit, Amori is poised for greatness. We can't wait to see what's next.
I like running, I do. And if it was taken away from me, I definitely would miss it because it's something that I do a lot.
Meet Kennedy Green, senior at Woodlawn High School.
I got started in 9th grade. Prior to that, I only did dance. And I didn't really want to do cross country because of it's 3 miles and that was a lot, and I wanted to be a sprinter at the time. But I just kept pushing because I knew it was going to make me better. And when indoor season came and when outdoor season came, and it definitely helped me a lot with my progress.
I've been able to see her grow not only on the academic side and becoming an ambassador for our school and our program, but now becoming a leader and showing that determination when it comes to training.
Kennedy competes in the 1600, 3200, and relays for both indoor and outdoor track. There are high expectations for her this season.
A lot of the expectations for her this year is to, on the cross-country side, qualify for the state championships. She is one of the top-ranked young ladies in Baltimore County and our 4A North region. So looking for her to individually make it to the state championships, but also lead the team, be a complete leader for our team to help the young ladies continue to grow.
Kennedy is a leader with a 3.7 GPA, but that's just the beginning of her story. She's in the early college program, allowing her to earn both a high school diploma and an AA degree, or up to 60 credits toward her bachelor's degree. Currently, she has a 3.6 GPA at CCVC Catonsville.
How she has to work through her day, starting here at Woodlawn, traveling to CCVC, navigating, taking care of assignments and rules and policies in 2 different places, excelling in those courses, all the while being an excellent athlete. It's really, really a feat, and it's somewhat unmatched. There aren't many Kennedys walking around that are able to say that by the time they've left high school, not only have they been an athletic champion, but they've also been an academic champion.
It just shows how multi-layered we are as student athletes, and it shows me like it can be done. Sometimes I'm feeling like stressed in school, but then like seeing Kennedy go to college and take exams and come back for practice all in one day, and to do it like constantly, day by day, week by week, month by month. It gives me that motivation to know that it can be done.
With everything she must navigate, she has support from her mom and dad.
With everything academically and of course athletically, make sure I'm okay and help me through so much. And honestly, I don't know where I would be or like how I would be as a student or an athlete.
Kennedy is interested in Mount St. Mary's University and James Madison University, and wants to major in medical laboratory science. She's a shining star and offers some helpful advice to others.
No matter how hard it gets, it's just best to keep moving in any aspect of your life.
I'm Corey Blair, senior captain for Overly Basketball.
Corey's the leader that we need, right? He's the leader that we want in the program, and he meets the standard. Gym rat, love that side of it. He's just great to have on the team.
The expectations I put on myself, I set a really high standard for me because I know that a lot of people depend on me, including the coaches, including my players, my teammates. So, I know they have really high standards for me. They expect me to lead, they expect me to score, they expect me to do a lot of things to keep the team together.
He works hard, so it's like he been a 4-year varsity player, and like just seeing a hardworking guy and competing in practice and stuff.
He's obviously our team captain. He's been in a role last year a little bit. It's been great to see him grow in that role because it tied directly into his growth on the court.
As a captain, you have to lead by example. So if I want the guys, to have the same GPA as I have to go in the classroom, make sure I'm doing my work, turning my work in on time.
I feel as though I look up to him and try to be in his shoes when I get to it, next year, when I'm a senior.
The main point of growth, I would say, is the leadership piece of it. He's been a part of the SGA. He's a part of a lot of leadership groups. The NFHS leadership group. He did some work with them this past summer, where they paid for a trip for him to fly to.
This year we started a coat drive, brought in a lot of coats, a lot of food and stuff like that, and it really helped us, helped the community.
He comes from a phenomenal family. His mother is very down for the program.
A lot of people know that my mom is always at the games, and she most definitely is the loudest person at the game. She's always been somebody that I looked up to. She's like one of my mentors for me because, you know, as a single mom, raising 3 kids, you know, it's hard. Especially she was diagnosed with breast cancer and she fought through it. So she's a really strong woman. She always says that you have to work hard in this world to get what you want, especially being, you know, young black teen. You gotta do more. You gotta work because life's gonna hit hard. So you gotta just keep working. It's been an enjoyable 4 years here. I had a lot of great relationships. I built relationships with my coaches, and I know that those relationships will last a lifetime, and especially my old teammates that I have and teammates that I have now. I know that I can sustain these relationships for a very long time, and they will definitely help me get better. I thank them for holding me accountable and showing me love. I show gratitude to them a lot because I know without them, it would be a tough 4 years if I didn't have these people with me. And I really do thank them for that.
He's the epitome of Overly. He really is. Not just Overly basketball, but like what we believe we're producing here out of Overly High School.
Thanks for joining us for this special summer edition of Sports Scene. We can't wait to see what the 2025 to 2026 athletic season has in store for our incredible BCPS athletes. See you next time.